Isn't it crazy that sometimes your own blood wants to see you do bad? And then on the same note, complete strangers are your biggest supporters? Thankfully, my family supports me and so do you guys, but unfortunately for this guy in the story, that was not the case. So this guy says that a few years ago, he started having really weird dreams. In his dreams, he's sitting at the dinner table with his entire family, and then out of nowhere, they would all disappear. He would walk outside the house and there would be nobody out in the streets. He would end up walking through his whole town, and only from a distance, he would see somebody walking in the street, so he would decide to follow them. He would notice that the guy would be walking to this market, and as soon as he was about to enter this market, he would wake up. And the weird thing was that he would continue to have these dreams, and in every dream, he would get closer and closer to this market before waking up. He experienced these dreams for over 3 years. Within this time, his life also changed drastically. He had isolated himself from his friends, from his family. He also had trouble sleeping, and when he did fall asleep, he would have the same dream, and always from afar would see that one person go into the market, and then by the time he tried to get in there again, he would wake up. He was never able to see this person face to face, only from behind. So he's having the same dream one time, and he sees that person from behind again, and he finally decides to scream at that person, "Hey, who are you?" But that person never turned around or responded. So moving forward, every time he would have the dreams with the thing or person, he would scream at them, "Who are you? What are you doing? What are we doing here? Who are you?" Eventually, he did end up getting a response, and that thing or person said, "You're not ready to know who I am just yet." After that interaction in his dream, he says that 3 months after that, he became very depressed and even thought about taking his own life. So again, he's dreaming, and he's dreaming of that thing from far away, and he asks the thing again, "Who are you? Please let me know." And this time, the thing, without turning around, says, "If you really want to know who I am, touch my shoulder." He indeed touched this person's shoulder, and in that moment he woke up from his dream. But the craziest shit was that after touching this person's shoulder, he never had that dream again. So some time passes, and they end up having like a family dinner where some people brought some family friends over. He had never met this person at that dinner party, but he knew about them. He knew that this person had like a don, they say, a gift where they can sense the paranormal or things like that. As soon as he walks into this party, this person turns and looks at him and says, "Hey, you have something attached on your back." He claims that in that moment where that person pointed out that they had something attached to them, it almost felt like he had an outer body experience and he was out. Like maybe he fainted, but he was no longer like there. And when he did wake up, he was surrounded by 3 people in a bedroom that he had never been in. When he finally looked around the entire room, he did notice that his mom and his mom's friend were also in there. So the people who were surrounding him told him that somebody had done some brujeria on him, and that the intention of this brujeria was for him to eventually end his own life. He said it took him 2 weeks worth of sessions with these santeros to be able to take that brujeria away from him and get him protected. And at the end of those sessions, the santeros told him that he was gonna have a dream of the person who did that brujeria on him. I'd be going to bed with popcorn in my hands, bitch, and let me find out who the fuck did this. All jokes aside, that is fucking scary. I know you guys want to hear the tea on who that was. That same night, he had a dream that he was inside of the house of his own tia, his aunt. In the dream, it was almost as if his tia was not seeing him. He was like a ghost in her house. And when he was there, he saw the entity that he's been seeing in those repeated dreams walking up to his tia, and the tia asking him why the hell he didn't take her nephew with him. She was telling him, "Why didn't you get the job done? Why didn't you take my nephew with you?" And that was when the entity responded to the tia saying, "We can't take him anymore. He's protected. It would have to be somebody else." And in that very moment, his aunt got a picture of his little sister and put it on the table for that entity to take with him. He wakes up from this dream feeling disgusted, feeling horrible, but he cannot stop thinking about his sister. So he runs to his mom, he tells her who did the brujeria, and tells her that he saw a picture of his little sister who was next. Immediately, they take the little sister to the santeros to get protected as well. The crazy shit was that not even like a week had passed, and their tia had like an accident where it left her face paralyzed. He says that the aunt never wanted to tell his mom or anybody in the family what happened so that she could get that paralyzed face. face. And as a matter of fact, she stopped talking to the family for a good while. When they went back to the person who helped them with this brujeria, the person told them that what happened to the aunt was some sort of karma for what she attempted to do, a consequence of trying to do evil to these people. Ever since that day, he hardly sees that aunt at any family gatherings or things like that, and he says that him and his sister are fine, like nothing ever happened to them after. However, he does says that there was one time where he had a dream about his aunt, and in that dream, when he finally touched her to like turn her around because it was her back facing him, her face had completely changed on one side, and it almost looked like that entity's face, just like human but like weird and discolored and like deformation all on the other side. But yeah, that shit is crazy, and the fact that it's like his own family, his own blood, is insane to me. But what do you guys think?